Ladies and gentlemen, getting way ahead of myself and saying it works, and I don't even know if it actually turns on. So there we go. Oh, we have a E08 code. Sometimes this is why things are too good to be true. So this is either gonna be a good or a bad day, guys. So I went on Alibaba the other day and I placed an order for a bike. It was like 600 and something bucks. After shipping and everything, customs, it was like 820 or 830. And it's coming today. FedEx is in my location. I just checked the live map. They should be here any minute, probably within the next 10 minutes. We're gonna check this thing out together. I am absolutely nervous that they probably just sent me bricks or they sent me a bike that's not what's on the website. Maybe I got scammed. I don't know. I didn't really read the description too well, but we're gonna find out together as soon as this truck arrives. So let's get into this video and pray I got a good bike.
12 seconds later.
FedEx is here, ladies and gentlemen. The bike is pulling up. Let's see if we got a dud or not. Man, I swear, every bike I get, man, they're always like this.
Yeah?
Yeah, every single one of them is like this.
What, the box?
Yeah, it always has a hole in it. Yep. All right, so FedEx is leaving. We got the bike. It's a pretty small package, I gotta be honest, compared to a fully assembled like RTR Lite over here. But then again, it probably doesn't have the wheel on it in the front, so it's probably slanted down. And I bet you it's real close to the top up here. But without further ado, let's get this thing ripped open and let's check it out. So far, I'm seeing good things. Well, I don't know. Looks kind of promising so far. So I'm assuming this is our charger. And it looks like we got a little mounting bracket and then 2 sets of keys. Put that there. We got a toolkit, just like the RTR comes with. Then this looks like, yeah, I can't tell, it's wrapped up really good. Oh, okay, these are for putting the handlebars on. So these are the clamps right here. And that's pretty much it in this package. Let me show you guys what I'm seeing in the box real quick. So it's obviously covered with this plastic right here. I moved all of this out of the way. You got the wheel onto the side right here. You got a cover for the seat. You got some carbon fiber right here, which is super nice. A little bit of dings right here, nothing too crazy. Obviously you can see the marks from the box, so this might not happen to yours. My box was completely ripped apart. You can see when the FedEx guy came. But this is what I'm seeing so far. It's looking promising. It definitely looks smaller than I thought it was gonna be. But let me just get it out and see the full size of this thing. How does this wheel look up against the RTR? Oh no, it's literally the same size as the RTR wheel. Cool. All right, it just looks so small in the box. All right, so I'm gonna pull it out from the top so I can save this box and put all the stuff back in it. And I'm gonna show you guys, it's not that heavy of a bike. I mean, it's probably 100 pounds or so, but it's not that bad. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, some things are stuck. We're having difficulties. The rear, not having the suspension bolt in the back, really messed me up because the back wheel dropped and it hung on the side of the box, but I'm gonna get my motorcycle stand, or I guess my pit bike stand, and put it on that. Now it looks like we got to put the front brake on because this was getting hung up in the box as well, so we're gonna have to install that. Oh cool, we got a owner's manual right here in the bottom of the box. And other than that, I took everything out. There's nothing else left in here. So here is the bike on the stand. Obviously we still got some work to do to get this thing assembled, but I mean, it's actually bigger than I thought. It looks smaller in the package. It's pretty much almost the same size as I would say the 2TO. Not really the RTR. The rims are the same size as the RTR, but these tires and rim setup look exactly the same as the 2TO I have sitting over here. I think they use the exact same tires. So this is gonna be very comparable to that, and I'm super excited to see how fast this thing goes. I think it said 30 miles an hour on their website. However, they said it's tunable. It should have a far driver controller. You can see we still gotta do the suspension right here. We have a nice flap right here. This is similar to the RTR, but this is more like rubber instead of plastic. And all we have to do, we're gonna put this together. You can see the motor we have in here. The chain looks pretty beefy. Our kickstand right here is the same as most. We gotta take the pegs off, the zip ties. We gotta put the front brake on. And then we have all this stuff over here. We got a dirt bike fender, we got a number plate toolkit, and the battery should be sitting right in here. I'm curious to know if this battery will fit in the 2TO as well. But yeah, I am super pumped up for this thing. So let me get the suspension put on. Let me get the front wheel put on. And let's just see how this thing looks once I get it off the stand. All right, so I got the front wheel on. It's a 14 on this side, and it's a 17 on the nut side. Next thing we got to move to the handlebars. So basically what we have to do for these handlebars is we have to put these two handlebar clamps on. There's one bolt that goes through to these two brackets, and you take these two bolts off. That's where your handlebars are going to sit. So now that the handlebars are on, the next thing we got to do, we got to put the throttle on this side. Throttle installed, brake lever on the right-hand side installed. Got the front brakes done as well. They are 8 millimeters. It's just these two bolts right here to slide the caliper on. You're good to go. Next was getting this line routed and hooked up right here so it doesn't come in contact with the tire. So I got the bike off the stand. This is kind of how it looks. I still haven't even set on it yet. We still got to take the seat cover off. I still got to put the front fender on. I got to put the number plate in the front as well, which is going to hide some of these cables right here. And then I got to tighten the rear suspension because I haven't done that yet. And I have to tighten down all the handlebar and brake levers to see where it's going to fit me. Because once I sit on it, I'm going to have an idea of where I want it to be sitting at, so it's all loose right now. So I'm going to get that done and then show you guys how this thing looks when it's fully done. Then let's get into the battery and check that out. All right, guys, everything is done. I sat on it, got everything adjusted the way I want. Everything is double tightened down. The only thing that I don't have is Loctite for this bike, so it's unfortunate that a lot of these bolts don't have Loctite pre-installed on them, so make sure you buy some blue Loctite, but I just don't have any, so I'm gonna have to go out and buy some. But what I wanted to do is this key, it only came with one set of keys, but there's two of them, and there's an ignition switch up here, so I'm assuming this same key works for up here. So I'm gonna see if this pops the seat off. There, oh, sick! Okay. It comes with the plastic as well, so this seat is bolted to the plastic. Let me bring it in here and show you. So here we go. We can get access to the battery. This is where we're going to plug it in because obviously we have no power going to it right now, so it should be this connector right here, which is not your standard traditional connector that would work for the 2TO, and obviously it sits more down there, so I don't think the 2TO battery is going to sit. This is how the bracket sits on it. You got two bolts right here, and that's what holds it in place. The battery right here says 20.8 amp hours, so it's exactly the same size as the 2TO, 48 volt, 60 amps max discharge, and the charge current is 5 amps. So that means our charger should be around 5 amps or so. It looks like you can get access to the top bolt. Looks like you have some air adjustments right there for that rear shock. It has the same design as like the RTR instead of having the little thing that the 2TO has where you have that little lever that you just spin. So it's a very interesting setup. So hopefully I don't blow up here, but we're going to plug the battery in, put this down. Let's take the seat cover off. And there we go, guys. You gotta snap it in there. And that seat ain't going anywhere. And here is my brand new bike. I'm gonna be honest, I can't even say the name of that bike. Valtenzu? I don't know, something like that. Oh, here is the charging port if you need to charge it with the battery on the bike, so you don't have to take it out, which seems like a pain in the ass to take out because it's not a quick release. It's just two bolts that you have to get to. It's 10 millimeters, it looks like. Looks like you got a little plastic rail, if I showed you guys this earlier, which holds this brake line in the back. You can obviously see the motor right down in there. And yeah, I think this thing's going to be a blast. So let me take you guys for a spin really quick. It's kind of raining and I'm burning up, so we're just going to go around the block real quick. I just want to see and make sure this thing works first. But actually, let's turn it on, make sure it actually works first. Getting way ahead of myself and saying it works, and I don't even know if it actually turns on. So there we go. Oh, we have a E08 code. So I got to figure out what that is. I'm not exactly sure. So there might be something that's disconnected down in there. So let me check on that. Is there a sensor on there? No, it's not that. I don't know. I'll figure it out real quick. Something might be disconnected and then we'll get on the road. All right, so after about 10 minutes, I was trying to find what the code represented and it was telling me a throttle because legit, the 2DO and this are exactly the same. So I ended up taking off the cover right here and came across this wire right here that's going to nothing. There's also this one. I don't think it goes to anything, but I basically have to figure out where this one connects to, and then once I figure that out, it should work. And there we go. We're all nice and connected. Now, before I put this back together, let's come over here. Let's put this down. Let's go grab our key, plug our key into the ignition, and oh, dummy, it would help if the battery's in there.
Got him! Got him!
All right, moment of truth, guys. Let's turn this on. Yo, let's go. No error code, no nothing. Now just make sure this thing works with the throttle. Now it starts in pedal assist 0, so we got to bump it up to at least 1. Ooh, dang, all right, 1 is pretty quick. Let's bump it up to 3 real quick. Ooh, that thing's moving, but it only shows 30 miles an hour on here, so I wonder if this thing's limited. It should be a forward driver controller. It should be exactly like the 2TO, and I have the dongle, so I think what we'll do after our first initial video, which is not going to be our first video, I will go test it out really quick, but because it keeps sprinkling, we're just going to do one quick ride, do one main video on this thing, and subscribe and like this video if you guys want to come back and find this. I will modify it with the tune and see how fast we can get this thing. Hopefully we can get it faster than the 2TO that does about 41, 42 miles an hour on the stock system. Now let's go out for a ride. Just noticed that the handlebars are crooked. I gotta fix that. What's up, man? Oh yeah, definitely gotta fix the handlebars. They are absolutely crooked as shit. So that's something I'm gonna have to do. All right, so we're in mode 1. We're just chilling. A little bit of vibration, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. Didn't mess with the chain at all. It was already installed. Did not air these tires up whatsoever, so I don't know what they're aired up to. We're hitting about 19 miles an hour. Keep in mind, I'm on 2 battery bars. It started on 3, but I don't even know where this battery is actually charged to. So I don't even have any idea. I wonder if we can show voltage or anything on here. If you hold the M button. M button is in, oh yeah, we got voltage. 44.9 volts, so that means this thing's pretty close to dead. So we can go down to about 40 volts, so we don't have much energy in this battery whatsoever, which is okay for shipment, but we definitely need to get this battery charged. So this video is not gonna do this thing justice, so you definitely still gotta like this video and come find the channel. All right, let's bump it into 2. All right, not too bad. We're getting a little bit more speed. We're doing about 27, if that's accurate, 28. Let's bump it up to 3. Here we go. Get a little bit of voltage sag. We're going down to the battery's almost dead, but look at this. We're passing 30 miles an hour. There's 35 and 36 miles an hour with a pretty dead battery. But you know what we do on this channel? We always verify with GPS because I don't trust that worth a damn. I really don't think that I'm gonna trust that over my phone. So we could be doing 30 for all I know, you know? Ooh, it handles really good, especially for the tires not being aired up. They are pretty flat, so I can't really say how the suspension is yet. It does feel decent for how it is, but I mean, we gotta air these bad boys up. Gotta get them in the operating PSI they're supposed to be at so everything runs smooth. And surprisingly, I know we're not jamming doing 40 miles an hour, but this is more quieter than the 2TO and the RTR. This is actually way more quieter than these. Definitely decent. I mean, it's definitely decent for what it is. That fender in the front is really huge though. It is massive. Now the rake on this bike is way far forward compared to the 2TO. And I mean, it handles great. I'm gonna say I'm liking this just as much as I first did the 2TO before I did some tuning. That's full throttle, but we're getting down to 42 volts, so we're dead. We're pretty much pushing the dead limit right here, but stay tuned for the next video, guys. This thing is freaking awesome. I mean, 820 bucks. Can you go wrong with a bike like this? The brakes feel good. I'm sliding all over the place. The brakes work really, really good. This thing is phenomenal. I love it. I love it. It is cheap. It says kid right here on the brake. So, I mean, it is a kid bike at the end of the day. These are all stickers, and I think I could take these off if I want. If you don't want the name branding on there, you could take those off and just have it completely just stripped of these and just be black. The only thing that's going to be orange is going to be these and the wheels, but you can always paint the wheels, and then you can always paint the brake calipers if you want as well. But this is fantastic. You guys cannot go wrong with this bike. 600 and something bucks, but after shipping everything in California, 820 something dollars. I am digging it. I still got a lot more work to do to fix some stuff and get it charged and come back out here. I can't wait. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys are the true MVPs, so stick around to the end of this video and I'll see ya. And here's a quick comparison, since you stayed to the end of this video, of how the 2TO Soleil 01 looks versus this. And again, I don't know the name brand and how you say that. Valtinzu, something like that. But it's literally using the same brakes. They're just red on this one. Same suspension, same wheels and tires, same fork suspension up front. The frames are different. The seats are pretty much designed the same way, but they mount differently. The rear looks complete. Oh, well, actually, the rear doesn't look different. I kind of changed the rear on the 2TO, and the front fender on this one is absolutely massive. This thing sticks out so damn far. It's just like the RTR. The RTR sticks out really, really far, and I think that's really going to be for dirt and mud and everything like that, because the other one that came on here was really cheap and sucked, and this is actually an aftermarket one, which is bigger than the stock one. The stock one was like really thin and just looked weird. But yeah, that's a comparison, but both of them, and yeah, these are two little cool bikes. I think it's really badass. I actually think I'm liking this one a little bit more once I figure out if I can get the higher top speed matched up with the 2TO. So if I can do